Do you get angry sometimes or many times? Amazing. That is great. I'm really happy for you. Getting angry could be a really, really, really good thing. And you might be asking yourself, what? So, yeah, getting angry could be great. Why is that? It's pretty simple. When you get angry, many times it's because of things that have nothing to do with your control, people from the outside, things that happen, and that gives you opportunity to basically work on yourself and understand that you are the one that is in charge of that anger. You could decide to be angry or not to be angry. And when you get angry, you could detach your self-worth and your emotions from other people. Now, not 100% because we're human beings, but that's a great opportunity to work on ourselves. The challenge is when you keep on staying angry and you won't understand what is the message that is behind that anger, then that anger could be something, it's not even something bad, it's something that can destroy you. Because living out of anger, no, that's bad. Living out of anger could ruin your whole life, not only your life, also the life of the people around you. So you will be alive, but you won't be living. I won't even say alive, you'll be existing. Anger is, there's no good in anger if you live that way. If there's anger that drives you to do something good, sometimes that could be good, but living in anger won't be good for you. If you're angry right now and you're watching me, you might be also angry at me, and that's fine, but living in anger won't take you anyway. But there is a way to stop that anger and actually to even see when you have it, okay, amazing. What's the message over here for you, for me? When I came back backpacking in the Himalayas in Nepal, so you come back from this trip, backpacking in the mountains, getting to the peak of the mountain, climbing, hopefully getting back alive, and I come back and thank God there's work, so I come back to work. And then I had a conversation with one of the managers in my job. And that conversation really got me upset. We won't go into all the details, and I'll say that that person is a great human being, but I kind of felt that I'm coming back and he was saying all these things that have nothing to do with reality. And I was like, yeah, he's probably jealous, or because I just came back from a month of a hike in the mountains, or I was telling myself, well, he has no clue what I did to the company before that, how I really helped. All of these negative thought cycles were coming into my head. Many of them weren't really based on anything, right? Because I was making assumptions, but it got me angry. And then since then, I felt I wasn't appreciated by this person and he has no clue what I did. And every time I came to work and I saw him, I was like, I don't want any interaction with him. He said all these things that some of them were kind of nasty, and that's at least how I interpret it. And I really didn't want any interaction, but it got me, and I realized every time I come to work, I realized that I'm not a person that gets angry, but over here I was kind of angry every time I saw him because I felt like he was kind of stepping on me. And then one time I told myself, okay, every time you come to work, you see him, you get angry when you see him, but then you could see someone else and be all happy. Is it worth it for you? Is this anger worth it? And at the beginning, I was angry and I was saying, yeah, well, he did A, B, C, D, and I only mentioned just a little bit of the things that he said. And I was, yeah, no, for sure. Why did he say that? Why did he do that? I did so much for the company. And so at the beginning, I was, yeah, I'm right that I'm angry. And then I asked myself, you know what? Yeah, let's say you're right. All good, okay? Even though, like I said, maybe I interpreted something he said in a way that I shouldn't have. Maybe it meant something totally different. But let's say I'm right, okay? Let's say you are right, okay? Let's say right, you are angry, you're also right. Whatever it is you're going through, you're like, you know what, I'm right. All good, I'm with you. Now, next question for myself was, okay, I'm angry. This energy is not good for me. I'm right, all good, but does it serve me to be angry? Did it get me anywhere in the past month or two that every time I saw him I was angry? How did it hold me? How did it create for me a better life? And I was telling myself, okay, no, it didn't help me in any way. I was just angry, but no, just bad energy. And then I was, okay, so the only one that is so far losing from this situation is me. He has no clue what's going on in my mind. And I'm the only one feeling angry, which is not a good energy for me, and not for anyone else, unless it's, like I said, to get you someplace but not get out of there. And then I was, okay, so basically, if I'm the only one losing in this game, why should I keep on being angry? So what I started practicing every time that I saw him, I was seeing him, and then I was like, okay, yeah, you're the only one losing in this game, that you're angry. It's not serving you in any way. And then later on, I decided also to have a conversation with him, put everything on the table, of course, in before I want to go into the conversation, but in a way that respects him and respects me. So not just coming and bursting into the office and saying all the things I have in my mind. I took some deep breaths before. We had a good conversation. Maybe it was hard, but it was good. And then I kept on practicing that. It's not the conversation made everything disappear, but every time I had something that brought, not only with him, also different things in life, I asked myself, okay, who's losing over here? The fact that I'm angry, I'm the only one losing, okay? It's not getting me anywhere. And then what I used to do is, okay, I'm angry. Breathe. And relax. Because if you breathe and you're all tense, it doesn't work. So when the anger came up, I was asking myself, who's losing? Okay, ask yourself, if you're right now angry, who's the one losing in this game? You. Because the anger doesn't serve you. If the anger takes you to do a certain action that would actually help you and not damage anyone else, amazing. Do that and then get out. But you're the one usually losing from being angry. And then next step to do when you get angry, okay, you realize that you're only one losing over here. Take deep breaths. Okay, and do it and relax your body. Don't be tense, okay? Relax your body. When you breathe in, you blow your stomach like a balloon. When you breathe out, all the air goes out like the balloon is emptying out. So take like 7 of those and do those breaths, but in a small, well, I won't say small, I'll say slow. In a really slow way, so. Now as you're watching me doing breaths, if you're angry, you're like, just be quiet already. And I understand you, but let's go back for a second. We just now said that if you stay in an anger mindset, state of mind, you're the only one losing from the situation. So if you're the only one losing from the situation, why to continue with it? So let's go back to the breaths. Hi, I hope this video is serving you. I just want to share with you that my belief in life is that you are here to serve a purpose greater than yourself. But in order to do that the best way, you must start with investing in yourself. Enjoy the rest of the video. After you have done those breaths, what I personally did was get in some type of movement, okay? Now, I like running, but in the middle of work, I won't go running, so I just went and I walked. I walked, and I'll call it mindful walking, so I was just looking around, seeing everything around me, seeing this beautiful butterfly, the bird. And when I didn't have the option to do that, so sometimes I would just put some music, start moving around, okay? Movement is really good, but any type of movement, okay? So you realize, number one, you're the only one losing from continuing to be angry. Deep breaths, okay? When you do those deep breaths, another bonus, ask yourself, is the reason I'm getting angry, are those because certain thoughts that I have in my mind that maybe it's just my assumptions, they're not right? I don't know, just putting it on the table. Maybe you're angry because you assumed all kind of things that you build in your head, but they're not really right. And after you realize that, like we said, deep breath, focus on the breath, and then go and do some type of movement. Could be running, could be walking, could be cycling, could be dancing, but move. And when you do that movement, this one is really important, focus on things that you do connect in life. Focus on things that you appreciate, okay? Now, I'm not saying that anger will disappear, but with time you'll see that if anger doesn't serve you, so you're like, okay, I don't want to stay in this place. And you'll dive deep inside, and you'll see that, like we said many times, these are assumptions that we made up. Things that never really happened, or that happened, but we had a certain interpretation, okay? I just heard a book, I forgot the name of the book, apologize for that, but that about a person from the East that went for war, and then when he came back, so I'm trying to remember the name of the book, whatever, but going back to the story, so when he came back from war, his wife was really happy to see him, and he was also really happy to see her. And then, the wife said, listen, I'm going to do some shopping. Let's have a big meal, a feast. You came back. And he was really happy. She was really happy. And they also have a little kid. He was also really happy. And then the kid told the dad, they were speaking. And he said, oh, by the way, Daddy. And he was like, yeah. I have another dad. I think that was the story, something like that. But he said, I have another dad. And then he said, what? And he told him, yeah, I have another dad. Mom was speaking to him every night. And he got really, really, really angry. Like, he's like, what? Is there another, like, did my wife have an affair when I wasn't here? Was she another relationship? Long story short, the other dad that the kid saw was basically a shadow on the wall that the mom was talking to, because she wanted the kid to feel that he has a dad. In those few years he wasn't there. But meanwhile, the father got really upset, really angry when his wife came back from shopping. He didn't talk to her. A few days she tried to understand what's happening and he didn't say anything, but he was just really angry and drinking and angry and drinking. What happened was that she put an end for her life, and afterwards he understood from the kid that that other person was just a shadow, and he realized he got so angry. His anger brought his wife to put an end for her life and commit suicide. And all this was because of a certain interpretation that he had about what the kid said. Instead of asking, ask. You just now made an assumption that there was another relationship. Talk. Open your mouth in a respecting way. So his assumptions and his anger brought him to a place of depression, because first, his wife is not here anymore. Second, he realized that it's kind of because of him, because he didn't talk, he didn't say anything. Because she tried to talk, but no, he just got angry. So anger doesn't serve you 98% of the time. When it does, it serves you for a short time. So whenever you're angry, go through these steps, Realize you're the only one losing from it. Take some deep breaths. Really important. Be in some movement. Focus on the things that you do connect to in life and what you're grateful for. Really important. Would help you get out of the anger. There are many more steps, but when you start with practicing these, you'll see that the anger comes less. You'll have a better life. You'll see more of the beauty that is in yourself, because you take this anger aside and you can see more of the beauty that is in you. And then you light your path and the path of the people surrounding you. I hope you enjoyed the video and you got some tools to overcome your challenges and light your path. For us to help other people, please press that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget that the most amazing things in life are the one you take for granted.